And welcome to Bioshock Infinite, the Let's Play by me, Travis. This is basically going to be a combination of various versions of this Let's Play. We're doing a commentary version, I'm going to be doing a caption version. That way I don't completely ruin the immersion of the game to those who haven't played it. As I mentioned, my name's Travis. Joining me as usual for this one is going to be Thornbrain.
Good evening.
And Yoshi.
Hello! Just imagine that in old-timey.
So, I'm showing at least at this point, I'm going to set mine to medium, but I beat the game, and when you beat it, you get something called 1999 mode. It's basically the extreme difficulty mode. When you die in this game, you get revived using your money, but with this game, if you run out of money, period, it still has a little bit of leeway with it. In the 1999 mode, if you die and you have no more money left, well, then you have to start the game over. So, it's a very difficult mode, but we're playing on medium for the sense of story. But this is one of my favorite games of this year, so I really hope you guys enjoy this Let's Play. And Thorn just beat it recently.
Yes. So I can join in the commentary.
I haven't played it.
So, because I set up for the Day 1 DLC pass, I did get a new version of the gold machine gun, gold pistol, and a version of the shotgun. Get a little bit of foreshadowing here, which sounds awesome. Main character player is named Booker DeWitt, played by Troy Baker. We've heard a lot of Troy Baker this year. Sounds great in this whole series. And of course, none of these little... if you notice the time, it says 1912. If you played the original Bioshock, that's a good 40, 50 years before that even occurred. So this is considered a prequel, though it did come out afterwards in that sense. You don't necessarily have to have played the original Bioshock to enjoy this game. It helps, but you don't have to. There's a little bit of references here and there to the original game, but for now, let's just enjoy it as it is. Oh, hi, comical British people rowing me on a boat.
Excuse me. How much longer? One goes into an experiment knowing one could fail.
So what I like about this game is it doesn't necessarily have to tell you word for word, oh yeah, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is a good way of just introducing what we kind of need to do without saying it. Of course, unless it's written down.
I suppose he does.
But it's a very understated intro to this thing. And the way this game tends to portray its story is not necessarily in a, I'm going to tell you exactly what the story's about. It lets the visuals and all the sounds and the environment itself tell a story of its own. That's what I really enjoy about these Shock series games, is that the worlds themselves are so interesting and so elaborate, and they've taken the time to really delve into these worlds that just looking around is fun. You don't have to run through a level. You can just look at every single thing in the thing and be interested. But that's jumping a little ahead of myself. But look at that water. And I'm not talking about the water there, which looks nice enough, but look at the water matching against the wood on the dock. That just shows you how good the graphics are on this game. It's a beautiful game.
Well, maybe there's someone inside.
Oh, bye.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, at least in this sense, it's good to look around at the very beginning. As I mentioned, one of the tricks you learn from playing the original Bioshock is to look everywhere and really check anything, because usually something will contain money or supplies or healing potions or things like that, so keep your eyes peeled to different areas. That's hence me going there and just taking some money there. Currency's pretty useful, so grabbing as much as you can is always nice. And we can always go through that door, but fuck it, I'm gonna go around. Because, of course, little hidden treasures are always going to be around, so... Not that I need health or anything, but hey, money. Known as the Silver Eagle. Oh, that looks, that looks bad. They spilt the red ink, how dare they?
It's Booker DeWitt. I guess you're expecting me?
So if you played the original game, it's very similar to you entering the lighthouse in the first one to go under the sea. This one had a very much dark, ominous feel to the door, although in the original Bioshock, the door shut behind you and locked. We're just walking in here, really hunting around in the dark here, so it's a little bit different. None of these little supplies are necessary beyond the money, but hey, might as well just take everything.
It's worth noting that in the first Bioshock, you pretty much played a faceless character. In this, Booker has a face. They show, like, right on the game art. and we saw it right there. And he actually talks and interacts as a character and an entity in this world.
A bad habit of a lot of these sort of games is that they'll try to get these vanilla avatars that allow you to kind of project yourself into the character role. This one, you're just kind of following and watching around the story as it is. So I very much approve it more, allows the story to be more in-depth, more emotionally impactful, just a lot more interesting. As that little sign there set up there, they're actually expecting me to be up there. Someone named starting with a C. Uh-oh, something happened. They spilt all over the ground. How dare they?
I was gonna eat that. Refill my full health.
Jelly? Oh, how did they spill that there? Oh,
Oh, I was gonna read that.
Oh, did you have Sloppy Joes? Oh.
That is a horrible cosplay.
Must have been disappointed with the sloppy joes, sorry.
So if they're not getting the point, we need to kind of succeed in this mission or we're dead. So...
You know, we just, as of recording this, I have just uploaded the last part of Skyward Sword. And in the thread, someone had mentioned, or either I brought up or something, how like in, say, the Zelda series, they have him just be a flat vanilla character, but then they try and give them a backstory and give them a relevance, and just, there's kind of a dissonance there. It feels like, how are we supposed to care about a character if they're nobody and yet somebody at the same time? It's not something that goes together well. I ended up liking Booker a lot because he is a somebody.
The thing is, it's very hard to write a game that's interesting if you don't have a character that's, you know, meaningful. And even with games like this, if you don't really put much effort into it, it's tough. This is always thought was a really cool part of the game. Because it just seemed like the whole world was being surrounded by this thing.
This freaked the shit out of me, because even though I knew I needed to go in there, I wasn't sure if someone was gonna come down and start shooting at me.
Immediately. That guy with the mask on, ah! You didn't like my cosplay! Ah! What I like also about these games is they have ways of showing these really cool technological feats, but they do it with these layouts and designs of the era itself. This one even further behind because of how the world works, how this particular world we're going to has been so separated from the outside world. But everything has the look and aesthetic and design of the time and would make sense in that particular time period. It wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, here's giant robots that run on, you know, the power of the radiation or anything. Back here in the early 1900s. Everything seems to run on steam, everything seems to be fuel powered by coal, things like that. This is really cool too. This seems unnecessary. Oh, my gun. It just did that so you can see it's like, oh, you're on the ground. Well, you're about to go to the sky. What I love about this series, and this game really exemplifies it, is I always call it the unnecessaries, and I love that in the game. There's no reason behind what you'll see here in a second. You can see his reflection in the window there. There's no reason to do that. It's just done because it's those intricate details. I love those.
Hallelujah.
And I love the opening to that. Just the voice going, hallelujah, and showing you that. Very much like the original Bioshock, it just opened you to the world. Lets you view the whole thing before you entered it. I have to say, it's a nice looking world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I read "ba" on the side of that blimp.
So, what's Booker doing at the lighthouse? What is he looking for?
What he's trying to do is he was told he needs to go to this particular city in the sky to rescue this girl. Doesn't know why, but he's doing it to pay back a debt. At this point, that's as far as we know. But apparently, from all these posters, Comstock's a pretty big deal. Comstock being that character with the beard, seen as a bit of a prophet. I like how they put the effort of ingraining these into the metal, so when the sun shines through it, it looks like those letters are glowing. Took me a while to convince this was a good game, was after kind of watching this and realizing how much I'm not playing it, but I'm still interested, that's hard to do in a gaming aspect. There's a lot of those games that can draw on and on and on in moments where you just don't feel like you're doing much, but this one I'm just interested in seeing what happens, because everything is new, everything just open up piece by piece for me to learn. Alright, we've made it to Colombia. Seems a lot nicer looking than I expected.
And in the sky.
In the sky.
Yet somehow it's still flooded.
I mean, it's just ironic because even the song in the background singing "In the Sky." So, I mean, I'm tempted just to look around. Now, what I'm doing right here is if you press a certain direction, if you ever get lost, this will help you navigate via arrow to show you where you need to go next. It can be helpful sometimes in the chaos of all the actions.
Yeah, one thing you'll notice about this game is it takes special measures to keep you from getting really pissed off at it. Like right at the start of the game, it presents you with a puzzle, but right in Booker's box, it told you the answer to the puzzle. Because, like, there's no reason you would need to try and figure that out at that point.
The game didn't have to tell you how to do it, it just gave you enough of a hint to figure it out. It does it in a way of not holding your hand while doing it. It doesn't have that cushioning, but it's enough to where you don't get frustrated. It's a very fine line.
Mm-hmm.
So what that is a voxophone. It's very similar to the recorded audio tapes that you had in Rapture. They're little voice recordings of the people that live in this world, and they give you little insights of what the world is like. Usually over the people, what explains their kind of motivations to particular events, so it's always interesting to grab these. Also, the writing in them is spectacular, and the voice acting is really good in these as well. So try to find as many voxophones as you can, because if you find one of them, it's an achievement. Might as well steal money from this, all these, what they're giving to this lady. I know, she's dead, she didn't need it. So clearly they think this Comstock and everyone around Comstock is a pretty big deal. You see him as a prophet. Something like, as you can see right there, he seems like a pretty holy figure. Kids don't need money, the toys are fine.
None of them are prophets, so it's okay.
And this is another cool detail. They actually put cases that are empty in there. There's no reason for those to be there. It's just there because it's a very natural piece to be there. There will be empty cases in places every now and then. And nice thing is that, again, to avoid having too much frustration, a lot of these items you pick up have a slight glim to them to make them easy to find.
Me. Where am I?
Heaven, friend. Or as close as we'll see till judgment.
Oh, and these people are creepy.
Best keep such questions to myself, unless I want to get made.
If you look at the floors themselves and reflecting, you can see the water just reflecting off the wall from the sunlight and stuff. It's just so cool to me. It's just so advanced to where we've gotten games to be able to do stuff like that.
It sounded like Kevin Michael Richardson.
It did really sound like Kevin Michael Richardson.
On this day of days, we recommit ourselves to our city and to our prophet, Father Comstock. We recommit.
Now the water's all here. It's not because it's flooded, because there's a big emphasis on this game on the term of baptism, which I'm not going to spoil too much by talking about it. But baptism very much being about renewal. And before we can even go further, we have to make it past this congregation of people that are all trying to get baptized at the same time. Something I got from this game as well, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I believe that preacher over there is blind. If you look at his eyes, they are glazed over. I think he's some sort of, like, blind shepherd leading his flock, which I find a very interesting, just a kind of metaphor for everything that's going on.
If the prophet had just led us to the new Eden.
Also describing the prophet a bit more and his exploits in history, just little tidbits here and there.
If the prophet had just purged the vipers.
If you haven't noticed by now, a lot of Christian imagery.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Exploitation, practically.
Well, this world is very much like a fundamentalist wet dream kind of thing, because it follows exactly what they would want. Everything's kind of based on a certain kind of religious viewpoint. Everyone kind of follows the rules in that standpoint. But I don't know if this guy's blind, but I think he is. Based on the way he describes you, he's just like, he wasn't looking, he was like, is there someone else here?
Brother, the only way to come
So I think that has some kind of metaphor to it, I'm not sure. He might not actually be blind, but when you look in his eyes, that's where the question lies. What I like about this is that sometimes inactivity will lead to more reactions from people. Looking at them will get reactions from people. They made a very good point of if you're near something or someone, they'll make some kind of sound or talk that they wouldn't normally have. If you see his eyes, they're all milky, so that's why I think he's blind.
In the name of our prophet, in the name of our founders, and the name of our Lord.
So yeah, I'm being drowned. I'm okay.
Yeah, he's blind.
Yeah.
No, brothers and sisters.
It's never told, but I have a feeling that there's some sort of imagery to that itself. And he does drown me. Huh.
Short game.
Oh yeah, game over.
Game of the year, I see.
I guess I shouldn't have gotten that baptism.
Pick this up on Steam. It's at least $50.
Now, at this point, it's a nice little intro into how much of a loser Booker DeWitt is. He has a lot of debts he owes, and he's an alcoholic, and he's a private investigator as a living. Oh, get to the door, I'm hungover, God! Alright, let's see what's going on. Oh shit.
That is not my fault.
Not this time.
You miss one payment and the whole city goes to hell.
Oh hey, Founding Fathers.
Man, I felt like I drowned or something. Oh.
Founding gods.
So here's the really interesting thing about this particular religion, because it's not necessarily Christianity. It's a religion that's built around the very fundamentals of America. The four, Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin aren't seen as necessarily just people. They seem as themselves like angels that have come down and given this world particular abilities. In this case, the sword, the key, and the scroll, which all have different meanings to this religion. It's a very interesting viewpoint. It's basically the epitome of what America could have been if it's so structurally stuck in that particular viewpoint. And that's me hopping around trying to get around him. If you notice, by drowning, I did lose a little bit of health, so I'm eating some fruit to gain some back. Getting good just to look around and try to take as much stuff as you want, because the more money you have, the more health you have, that's just the better off you are.
He who crossed the Delaware with flaming sword and wings of angels.
And I can sit here and listen to these guys all day, and they'll have conversations about these kind of things, and they're all kind of synced to one another to approach, so they don't start talking until I'm within a certain distance.
Against all invaders.
A rebel against ignorance and tyranny. Share with me your wisdom and let the light.
What's great about this game is the first hour or so, it's not combat. I don't fight. Sometimes those games get so lost in the action that they don't display any kind of story, and this one's trying to get you acquainted with this world before anything happens. Plus, is there really any reason for me to fight right now? Do I need to kill these guys?
Well, you can get a knife and stab the grass for being too green.
True. That doesn't seem very Christian.
Or Colombian.
Or exactly. Wow.
Well, now I want to murder something.
It's too pretty. So what's cool about these buildings is that you're actually in a building that's floating separate from this area right here. So what the buildings do is they float to different sections of different parts of the city, and these gates will lock them into place. So if you walk up to a shop, say for example it's locked there, it won't be the same shop, say, next time you go there. They'll actually switch places. Very cool world where everything can shift around, things can move around. It's like they're all like hot air balloons, sort of.
Good to see you.
Hey, I want to buy a hot dog for you, but by buying, I mean I'll just take them. See ya.
He doesn't give a shit.
It's okay, they're for free!
On this celebration day, absolutely. I won't be able to feed my kids.
Ho-ho!
So do you think this guy in the statue is kind of full of himself?
I think he's a pirate.
He does a bit look like a pirate. Right now, we just happen to show up on the day that they're celebrating something.
I just think it fails to capture Father Comstock's absolute...
So hey,
divinity.
what up?
Man, do I like the attention to detail.
Oh yeah, look at that detail. Yeah,
I just want to rub my face in it.
detail. Oh yeah.
There's no room for preference, only duty.
So if you look at this building, it was actually floated over and attached itself to its area, which I thought was just super cool. A huge city that tends to travel through the sky. It's not necessary for me to go over here, but it just gives you more chances to learn about this world. There's the little links that had actually attached these buildings together. But going in these places is unnecessary. You can find some more loot, and you can find voxophones and stuff. So I definitely say explore as much as you can to any building you go to. There's definitely no benefit to just charge directly through there. So hey, voxophone. And it's Father Comstock. We get to hear his words. Yay!
So look at this world around you. Seems pretty idealistic, kind of whitewashed, but you know, it seems like a fairly swell place to live. You just know things are gonna go to shit.
Yeah.
It just seems too damn peaceful and happy.
Everybody's too nice. Everything's too swell.
Everything's too clean, it just seems like everything's great.
When's the Great Depression chapter coming in?
Why did we have to start spending credit we don't have?
They're not silver eagles, they're silver pigeons! Ah!
Oh no, cobras! Ah!
Nothing is swell anymore!
Look at all these happy white people. This seems kind of an unnecessary thing too. Electric horses.
Hey, wouldn't it be stupid if like our flying city just plummeted towards Earth? Oh.
So right now they're doing kind of this founder thing, celebration day. The funny thing is, no one stops talking about Comstock and this religion. Nobody. That's just, it's the way their minds are set. That's all they talk about. So it's kind of, you can understand their happiness in the world they have, but at the same time, as an outsider, you kind of walk and go, cuckoo.
It's one thing I like about this game. Like, I'm personally an atheist, so I don't agree with Christianity, obviously. But I like about this game is it's pretty clear. It's not taking shots at Christianity necessarily, but people who have taken and bastardized but either the religion itself or combine it with, like, say, the foundation of, like, especially the Founding Fathers. Anyone who invokes the Founding Fathers in modern politics does not understand anything the Founding Fathers wanted. So it's very much not so, it's not so much the source topics themselves, but the ways in which they've been mishandled, especially, in, like, say, in recent years.
Well, it's also, I don't think it's aiming for anything specific. It's aiming for, you know, there are things that are innocently motivated. And I'm not going to say too much to spoil, but there's always an ideology that can be good, but it's always can be hidden by something a little bit sinister or even thin as a paper card, just fake. And it's just interesting to kind of see the viewpoints of this world that seems so detached from reality, but this has become their reality. They made a world where they made their reality come true, or at least the reality of this Comstock. And I mean, if you look around, this place is kind of awesome. In an idealistic way, this place is pretty much what the ideal world would be for these people. It's just happy, it's peaceful, everyone seems fine. Plus, everyone thinks I'm attractive. That's always a positive.
Well, everyone thinks that for me anyway.
Of course. They just don't say anything. They're all thinking it. They don't have to say it. I look at them and I know. I just know. See, he even brings up baptism at this point, because baptism means a lot to Comstock. He was a man who did things wrong in his life, and he was baptized, and it saved him. This will become a big part. Apparently, there's a big mention of a false shepherd. Now, this is cool. It's a barbershop quartet. And if you notice, they are singing a Beach Boys song. Now you might be wondering why they're singing that, because it's kind of interesting. And And the first thing you probably think is, oh god damn it, they're really breaking any kind of plot relevance to this thing by just going, oh, I'm gonna put whatever we want here. I think it's really cool though.
This actually does get explained.
Yep. And again, you can sit here and just listen to the whole thing. There's no rush for anything to go forward. You can just sit there and enjoy. Because it is good. It sounds great.
Yeah. And fittingly, the Beach Boys were practically a barbershop quartet. Even though they had more than 4 members, but you know.
And one of them could barely play the drums. Yum, potato chips, and a coin.
Booker's just been eating everything. He's eating a cake, a whole bunch of apples.
They said I'd find her.
So there's a giant angel statue over there. That's where I need to go to apparently find this person I need to bring back.
DeWitt, stop. Do not alert Comstock.
Oh, someone knows I'm here.
Stop. Whatever you do not pick number 77.
But do not pick number 77 by someone named Latus.
We're gonna pick 77, aren't we?
Well, let's look around a bit more. Ooh, fireworks. So there are some of those viewing binocular things up here. So I might as well take a coin and kind of check that big statue out over there. It looks pretty cool. Oh, look. That's super neat. Let's just check out the city from this far. Oh, hey, guys are juggling. That's pretty cool. Let's see what's going on. Oh, they're...
Huh?
What the... Okay, that was weird. Anyway. Gonna eat this garbage can food. And hey, you guys doing? You wanna flirt? Oh, okay, never mind.
Didn't look like she did.
You didn't see even part of it.
That was a she?
Good day to you, sir.
One of them was, at least.
Oh.
Murder of crows! So this introduces something that, honestly, a little bit of a plot hole. They don't exactly explain what these come from. But they're still super cool. They're called vigors. And plus you get this nice little like, oh, want to buy vigors? Step up, step one and all. And they give you basically superhuman powers. You get fireballs, you get electricity, murder of crows is one. Special powers, so that way you're just not a normal human with a gun. Another combat element that we'll see here in a bit. Now, we're in the Carnival right now. By looking around at different Carnival events, you can not only use this as a basis of a tutorial of how to use different abilities, but it also gets you some money ahead of time. So it's good to at least try to do them to earn as much money as you can. This one's super easy, so you get to try out this particular ability called Bucking Bronco, which does that. It's basically levitation, which is super cool. And it makes the horse neigh, too.
For no reason.
It's Bucking Bronco.
Oh.
See, look how religious this is. You're doing to find the devil. So nice little purse of money. They also have gun-based events, like a shotgun-based event. And I do like shotguns. Skyliner is a way for, since these things are all separated some far distance, the Skyline is used as a way of transporting people and stuff like that over to different parts of the city. Here's a vending machine where you can buy things like upgrades and abilities. I could buy a Bucking Bronco, but I don't nearly have that much money, so never mind.
Voxophone! Hear your voice from the past in the present.
I love how excited they talk about things that we take for granted.
What's a voxophone?
What's a voxophone? Exactly that.
They're so clever.
I'm not paying for this.
Just a
Getting right in his face. I'm not paying for this shit.
Booker, calm down. I know you have some cake.
Hey, here's a cotton candy. Having some more food, okay.
There doesn't seem to be a drawback to it, from what I can tell.
So use an air shotgun. An air shotgun. They always, throughout this particular area, they've been mentioning these Vox Populi characters. Vox Populi are what they consider the rebels, which we're gonna kill with our shotgun. Our air shotgun.
That already looks more dangerous than actual weapons that use real ammunition.
What's great about this, it also shows a strong push for the propaganda nature of these events. Something like this can teach a kid how to hate the Vox Populi because they're bad guys, you're shooting them with a gun. So, that comes to play as you kind of look further into the game. So I'm just going to town. It's really hard to get the top score in this, but whatever, I'm going to get some money either way.
It's 20, right?
Yeah, and I'm almost out of time already.
Well, they don't come out fast enough.
So, well, I got some coins. Now, I can play the mission again if I really wanted to, but... There's the lonely clown.
It sounded a lot like you said, "You earned it, bitch."
Alright, now we get to go check out some more of the Carnival games.
It's 1912, so wouldn't it be like, oh, you crazy dame?
Boy, I tell ya! So we get to shoot more Vox people. Look how evil that dude looks.
It's very Disney villain, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Or like Warner Brothers.
Like old cartoons for it. So if I shoot this girl named Daisy Fitzroy, I get bonus points. Because Daisy Fitzroy is apparently the leader of the Vox Populi, and shooting her would give me bonus points, so yay. Getting soldiers at a young age, I tell you. Now, here's a cool thing. With this little zoom in on the reticle, I didn't know I could do that for the longest time when I first played this game. Because the sad thing is they don't explain how to do this. If you press down on R3 on the PlayStation 3 controller, which is the right stick, that's what ends up getting up this reticle to do this. Oh well, yeah, I got money. So this is what happens if you try again, though. So I think I can get Daisy Fitzroy this time. I got it, I got it! I'm a brave fellow!
Thing is, you pretty much need to shoot Daisy in order to get the 20 points.
Yeah, you have to. This time I get really close. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't get first, but I get really close. I just start panicking and it messes me up. Oh, there's Daisy Fitzroy, get her! Yay, I got her. She's a traitor. See, I only got 4 to go. I can do it. You gotta beat the clock, Shit, I'm panicking! Oh, fuck. And see, because I took in the second prize, I get cigarettes. Yay.
Yay, I slowly killed myself.
Yep, killing me softly with his song. Look at these dudes. When people start to die or get sick, they have the option to be putting in these mechanical bodies that keep them alive pretty much forever, but the trade-off is they become monsters.
Look at the before and after. That is nothing like what they actually look like.
Just more of the propaganda. It just shows how happy they are, and then it shows them there's monsters.
Has a pay telephone ever refused to connect you with a beloved spouse? Well,
yes.
It's time to take back control from the men of metal.
So this is our first chance to get a hold of a vigor. This one's called Possession. Possession's one of my favorites, actually. It's an early game one, but it's got some pretty good abilities with it, so... It's basically just a soda, a really cool looking soda. Yummy. But what Possession gives me the ability to do... You know what? Never mind, I'm not going to spoil it, because you'll see what it is here in a second. It's sexual, that's what it is. But this is what I love about picking up new abilities and new vigors. This.
Press to turn machines into allies.
Take that, Hitler!
23 skidoo!
You get these now intro videos like, turn it into a deadly trap! So at the ability right now I have Possession, which, if you notice, has about 2 lines there. That means I can use twice before I have to refill what they call salts. Salts are like my magic energy. But here's a cool trick. If you use Possession on vending machines, they basically poop out coins. So, yay money. You can only do it once per vending machine though, so it's kind of an abusing privilege sort of thing, but it does give you discounts, gives you money, so I definitely recommend doing as much as you can. Here's some salts.
Yes, I did know you could do that for the entire game. I thought there was just no way you could buy anything in this game. Turns out I was just missing a pretty basic opportunity.
Your spot at the raffle
So now I can get into this gate, even though it was all closed. Oh. Hello.
Or tails.
Come on, let me through.
I like these guys.
Yeah.
Or tails.
They're just so dry and witty.
Tails.
Here's the trick I learned. Each time you play this game, he'll actually name something different. He might name heads, he might name tails.
There's always next time.
But oh, he got heads a lot. Nothing but, actually.
If you hang around them, they'll, the woman will just be like, should we say something else? He's not going anywhere.
Should we flip the coin again? So yay, more money! Now, when you leave, if you ever come back here, those vending machines will still be green just to show you the ones you've shot before. So there's not likely you'll waste it. But this particular vending machine will give you health and salts and stuff. So if you ever use a lot of salts and you just want to gain it back, then you got some money to do it from. So yay. This city's pretty damn vast. I would hate to be in the city during a storm, but not that I could say anything about that. It looks fine to me. Giant floating Benjamin Franklin. So, hey, what the heck? Well, that was wacky. Anyway. So I'll just have a look around. See kids playing gunshots with each other, basically like, you're Vox Populi. No, you are. Look at that stuffed animal with the rose next to it. Very creepy looking.
Drippy's ancestor, okay.
All your books and sciences. Mama says it's not a fit occupation for a lady, but I think she's jealous of our cleverness. Is it true?
See, these are kind of unnecessary amounts of conversation beyond the fact that it just develops. But the angel statue over there is actually a tower containing this girl that we're looking for. So we're gonna have to find a way to get over to that angel. Right now, obviously, we're taking our time with it. Oh shit! So this says, you know the false shepherd by its mark, and you just noticed your hand has the same symbol as that poster. Uh-oh.
Well, time to wrap that up in a bandage.
Uh-oh. So now you hear the singing of a douchebag in the background. So everyone's been talking about this raffle. It's all over the town, and they also told you, hey, in the raffle, don't get number 77. Okay, then. So we're going to go check out this raffle and see what's going on with it. Everyone seems super excited about it. Let's heal some salts first. Might as well, I had tons of money anyway. Alright. But first, we need some garbage food. Banana.
Oh, God. No.
Banana.
Banana.
Hyper cotton candy. So this is the raffle.
I've spent like 5 minutes just walking around. They were singing those same two lines for minutes.
Sure, it's fun too.
Sorry.
All right, now we get to join the raffle for all of its fun prizes.
You've been sleeping under a rock?
77.
Oh.
77.
No.
That's a lucky number.
No, it's not. They told me not to get it. Someone did. That is the prettiest young white girl. So, alright, who wins the prize? Oddly enough, it's me! Hooray! Guys, you guys, oh my god. Wait, what?
A trip to hell!
I get a first throw to what? Oh! Oh!
Ow.
Oh, god.
Ow.
So I get to throw a ball at an interracial couple. Lucky me. So here's a cool choice. I can throw it either at them or throw it at the announcer. So... Fuck you, announcer. Oh, shit.
Fun fact, all of the test gamers chose to throw it at the announcer.
Don't you know that makes you the backstabbing
No shit.
snake in the grass, false shepherd?
Uh-oh.
We ain't letting no false shepherd into our flock. Show them what we got planned.
So hopefully they'll do something nice and Christian. That doesn't look like a Christian tool. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Hey, baseball. Face. Yeah.
Ball.
Alright, time to battle with my new little handy-dandy weapon.
Oh, Jesus.
So, this is a pretty useful little weapon. It's called the skyhook. And we'll see more of its action here, where I can use melee attacks. Depending on how much I hit them, I can also go for these finisher moves if I hold down triangle. Like this.
You sure it's not called America's favorite pastime?
Now it is.
It's Columbia's favorite pastime.
Oh god.
I want to play with this.
Okay, so, coming up for this next one here in a minute. First, I'm going to loot these guys with nothing in it. Hey, I got a trophy. So this guy's pretty dead. So it looks like next time, we're going to go fighting for our lives.
Well, I want to play this game.
We're already off to a good start.
The reason that he already got that trophy was when you beat the game, any progress you have on a previous trophy will carry over. So if you, for example, miss a few things like landmarks or what have you, you can pick up right up from where you left off when you start a new game. It's basically like New Game Plus.
Which is really useful. Because sometimes if you miss it by like 1 and you have to kick yourself for not doing it next time you go over, that sucks.
So yeah, that's like that interracial couple. You feel like you've been more weirded out by how white the town is before. It's like that's just the first kick in the face that this place is not the paradise you thought it was.
You have that sense that something's wrong, but you're not quite sure what. You have kind of an idea that's at the back of your mind, and then when they do that, it's just like, these people are fucked up.
So what would have happened if you threw the ball at the couple?
My conscience would be dead. I haven't tried it, actually.
Like, would that scene would have played differently? Like, would the ball hit him and then they look at his hand again?
I'm sure they'd grab his arm regardless.
Yeah, I'd figure that.
Most likely.
Cases like that where you get those snap decisions between one or two things, mostly it'll just affect this one thing later on, like that person that it involves will show up again and might give you something.
Well, later ones will be a little bit more dramatic than that. That one was just kind of a sample of the choice option, really.
But what a fucking way to introduce it.
And it just puts you right in the action immediately. It's all nice, but then drill to the face. And the skyhook is pretty damn awesome, I have to say.
I dig the skyhook.
Seems like a pretty broken starter weapon.
It's very much in the realm of what Bioshock did. Bioshock started giving you with a monkey wrench, which doesn't sound like much, but that monkey wrench can be the strongest weapon in the game by the end.
Well, I'm just waiting for the Bioshock series to be like when they start doing Steam sales and they just put all 3 in one package, and I could just get all 3 in one shot.
Actually, if you buy Bioshock Infinite on disc, you get the first game built into it, so you would just need to buy the second one.
Well, the second one's unnecessary because it's not even made by the same developer.
Yeah, here the second one's completely different.
It's eh.
Well, Bioshock 2, I saw an LP of it. I forget the guy is, but he did a caption commentary. It's on the Let's Play archive. I recommend it, but watching it, I got the sense that Bioshock 2, it like the story is basically a rehash, but the gameplay just seems more fun to play. There's less bullshit involved, like with hacking minigames. Seems less obnoxious. But yeah, things are going to go downhill from here.
I bet.
Like a roller coaster.
Ta-da!
Or a skyhook.
Oi, oi, oi. You're racist.